What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be reviewing some game footage that Riley and I had from Pro League this last weekend. This is a game against Lehigh, specifically Bryant Karrati and Taylor Church. This was the second game in our series, so we had one game of information going into this. So let's just get into it. Yep, so here you see Riley's shaded a little bit to the right. We know Bryant's a righty, but also has a lefty. Something we talked about pre-game. So you'll see pretty good footwork from Riley. Stays low there. Riley and I are talking about defense pre-point. So here I noticed that Taylor was cheating my right cut a lot. Hard to see from this angle, but in game one I played him and Jundy with Justin, and I hit mainly cut, so he started shading my cut quite a bit. So heading into game two, I kind of took advantage of that on serve one, and now that I've hit a good reverse, hopefully he's a little confused or maybe worried about different options I have, and it kind of will open the cut back up. Yeah. Try to go back to the reverse against Bryant. Riley with a great receive there. He makes the hit a little harder than I think he needs to here. My set's not great. I don't give him a ton of squares. Let's look at the footwork here. So we know Taylor is a powerful server. He hits kind of cut jam, hits very hard, very low. So Riley's backed up off the net. We don't think he has a lot of drop options, at least not that I've seen. So Riley, great receive, perfect height, perfect position. I put him a little off net actually, so it forces him to either hit a lefty here or a flick. Riley finds the right shot. Riley opens up the left there with a great fake. Once again, Taylor's cheating very far right. They call high. I think it's a pretty reasonable call. I think we redo here though. So you can see pre-point here. I'm playing kind of just on the pull of Taylor. I'm going to read the set and jump to whichever hand he pulls with, but shaded a little bit towards Bryant's side just because it's harder for Riley to get over there. So Riley and I kind of have that knowledge pre-point, and part of that is just we've played together a lot. Riley hits a good serve and gets a good touch. Unfortunately, it just doesn't go up here. And that's just about the angle of leaning back. I think we talked about that. You can see he's just a little leaning over the ball, and that's why the ball goes out in front of him instead of up. But generally, we're in really good spots here. Riley with a really good set there. My first touch here could be a little bit more towards Riley. I kind of put him in an awkward spot right over the net. Riley does a good job getting his feet close to the net and giving me a lot of options. No, very, very little spin on that set, puts me right over net. Here, I'm kind of just reading Bryant's. If he jumps pull really hard, I'm just going to hit flick push. And Taylor right now is not in a great spot considering I'm loading up my right arm for flick. It's pretty unlikely I'm going to hit pull that direction. So if I were them, I would try to jump to their left really, really quick. Bryant take away, pull where Taylor fills in for push. Just not quick enough, and I'm able to hit that lane there.
Come on!
Yeah, so here, I mean, look how far Bryant is receiving from. I wouldn't recommend receiving that far away. I think you can be up to 2 feet behind the line, depending on how athletic you are, and depending on the type of server they are. As we talked about, Taylor is a big jammer, and he serves very hard, but I'm basically just reading the fact that Bryant is 4 feet off the line here and hit a pretty okay drop.
Come on!
And I'm able to get him.
Yeah, that's this one.
So real quick, this is something that I like to do when receiving jam, and I think it's something a lot of people can do. Often you see people who jam a lot, they incept to open up that lane for their jam. So I'm kind of reading his hand, reading his hips, reading his swing. I take a step back. I'm very low because a lot of jams will ride up high. And then if this is a clean serve, my hands, because they're starting so low, can still come up to it and direct the ball appropriately. Here he doesn't actually hit the net, but I think the form was good for receive. So not a great receive from me on drop. Ideally, I would put Riley right where he is now. Instead, I force him to backpedal a little bit. Not terrible, but Riley gives me a good set away from the defense. You can see he kind of takes Bryant out here. Bryant does a pretty good job getting back in, but because he sets quick to my left, I'm able to just push it past before Bryant can really get there. I'm hitting away from Church, and yeah, I could probably hit a little harder too. This one shot will work on this lefty push for sure. I think it's a great reverse. And he's in a great spot here. I'm a little late to fill, actually. So I'm a little far given how in system this receive was. I mean, really good receive from Bryant, especially given the serve pressure from Riley. I'm not really in a position to make a defensive play here, so it ends up being a one-on-one. Riley correctly reads it's going to his left hand, and is in a great spot. I wish I was a foot closer to the net and taking a better lane, kind of directly at Church here, so that I could be close and take away the lefty push options here. But Riley does a good job taking Bryant's most comfortable hit, and if he just leaned back a little more, I think this ball goes up, but you're not always going to get the ball to go up defensively. It was a good run. Let's watch that again. Really good hit from Taylor. I think Riley overcomplicates the hit a little bit here, but yeah, let's take a look. So defensively, they're in pretty good spots. I think what Riley needs to do here is take a shifting step to his right and open up more pull lane past his left hip. Because from here, based on where the set is, it's a little closer to me. I wish I put a little more over middle net, but it either forces him to hit flick pull or kind of a lip uppy push. And you can see he goes for the push, which and it's very hard to hit without lipping up. And you see it does kind of lip up here, and Taylor's in the perfect spot. I think if Riley here, as soon as he gets that touch, takes a shifting step to his right and gets a little more opposite, it opens up more pull lane. And then when he's here, now he's pulling past his left hip and Taylor's out of position. And that's how we're beating the defense. Still an impressive technical hit, but I'm just being nitpicky in terms of decision making, because I mean Riley's a great hitter, and but we can all improve hitting. Really good touch from Brian here. I mean, here, if I'm Taylor, I really wish I'm doing something different defensively. Based off where the set from Riley is, I either have that kind of mega pull past my left hip or push. Bryant does an amazing job getting as big at the net as possible because it's a one-on-one. There's no way I'm coming back towards Taylor here, so he should be A, a lot closer to the net, and B, probably closer over towards Bryant's. Because right now he's not affecting the play at all. And I think Bryant gets a over cylinder touch here. Hard to call on game, but I mean, still really athletic play from Bryant. Unfortunately, it doesn't go up more. So I think that's twice now that I've double faulted. So I think next time around, hopefully, if I'm smart here, I don't double fault and I decide to play my second serve. Good feed from Riley, way to read. We decide to play it, and easy 1-2-3. I give Riley a pretty low set here, and Riley does a really good job adjusting to that and hitting his favorite shot, a pull flick. I get away with a really quick set just because I don't think the defense thinks we're actually playing here. You can see Bryant is a little far away to start, and then he quickly realizes we're playing, and then he tries to get closer, but he's still a little too far away. Taylor's doing a good job taking away a lot of the push and typical righty options, and Riley just hits the open shot. Great job. Great serve from Riley. We'll take another look at that. Yeah, I think Taylor, he comes up to it here. I think if he stays low where he was originally, it's a high serve. Still, really good lane from Riley. Yeah, he comes up and makes this clean. Receive goes behind. Bryant's on his toes. That's the other thing you notice right there is Taylor doesn't get back to the net immediately. If he does, Bryant doesn't have to veer out of his way to set him here. And then he's also in a better position to hit. Instead, you see Bryant kind of hitches here, and then his set isn't as good. And then Riley and I defensively, we're a little slow here, but as soon as we see the sets coming back, Riley starts running long. I go short. We're communicating. That's good defense. But that's all Riley's serve pressure there. Riley decides to mix a little bit. hit a couple good reverses. He's trying to mix in the cut here. There's another good cut. So I think that's the third time that's happened. Here, I'm playing very little defense given the set. So we're in great spots. We're playing split defense originally, and then I don't do a good enough job reading where the set's going initially. As soon as I got to be closer anyways. I mean, I got to be a full step closer to the net given how in system this receive was. Because it gives me very little time to get around 180 degrees around this net to affect this lefty push option that Bryant has. So once again, Riley's in a one-on-one with Bryant on his left hand, and Riley does a great job reading the hitter, is in the right spot. He does a better job leaning back this time. He just doesn't time it just right. I mean, it's close. Riley's really, really good at being in the right spot here. Sometimes it's just unfortunate, and he almost gets to the soft touch there. But the defense is working. We just have to make some minor adjustments, and we'll start getting some conversions.
We're in great spot.
So Taylor here, just a nitpicky thing. I'll get back to the serve. Let's watch the full play.
Push it.
That's unfortunate. Riley rims that hit. But let's go to the start of the play and look at the reason why we could have had a break here. So I had a decent serve. Look how far Taylor is receiving from. I mean, he is 5-6 feet outside the service line, so not exactly what you want to do. I mean, against faster servers, you do have to receive a little farther back, but combine that with jumping into the receive, that makes it so that he takes forever to get back to the net. I mean, in system, receive gives you enough time, put your partner in a good spot, gives you enough time to get opposite before the ball gets to where you want to hit it. But because he kind of does this little jump and he's so far when he receives it, by the time Bryant's setting, he's back to the service line. So this makes Bryant's job a lot harder setting-wise. Riley and I are split. We're just going to read the set here. We read the set. I see it's to the left. Riley was going to be close. He's taking a back step now because we see that the set is off net. I'm trying to close that lefty push lane. You can see I'm actually pushing Bryant out of the way. Don't be afraid to do that defensively. I mean, as soon as the setter sets the ball, they're no longer allowed to obstruct your way. So you can get them out of your way. Riley gets a good hand there. Unfortunately, kind of double contacts it, puts it in a weird spot. I try to get behind the ball so that I'm more square to the net, and I'm setting and pushing the ball. You can hear Riley actually go, hey, push it, push it, push it. So here I'm trying to get behind it. Pretty good footwork from me. And then, like he said, I'm just kind of pushing it to the net. I honestly set him a little too high, and it's to his left hand. He has the pull here. It's not the easiest hit in the world, but this is why you drill lefty hitting. But once again, you're not going to hit all your hits. I think Riley probably just misses this because the set is really high, and that's part of what differentiates really, really good setters. Is location is fine, but it's about location and height. I'm really fine with the location. I think a better set would have been lower to give the defense less time and to make the hit easier for Riley. So this was the first time Taylor had like really swung a left. But as soon as I see the toss, I'm shifting over. I'm pretty close to the line. I like my receive here. Right amount of time. I wish it was a little closer to Riley because once again it makes him kind of set over the net. It's a little awkward. But at this point, Bryant's pretty out of the play. And he should be working really hard to get left, and he should be closer to the net because the receive was in system. So because he's out of the play, it's just Taylor here. I just try to push it past him, and there we go.
I'll wait right. I played behind you.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
So I think Riley had double faulted on his last serve. I could be wrong, but I think he did. And that's something he doesn't like doing. He goes for the tap on here. We've been in good spots defensively. Let's see how it works out. So this one's completely on me. Really good hit from Bryant. I like the fact that we're both close. We're split. We're going to make this hit really difficult for him. Doing a really good job collapsing on his push and his kind of flick pull option. I just leave him too much pull on his just normal righty pull option. I think based off the set, it's hard to see here. Based off the set, I really didn't expect it, and that's why I act surprised. But just good hit from Brian. I got to cover that angle. When you're playing defense, you want to cover the extremes and then jump to the middle with your hands to make sure they don't hit that. That's unfortunate. Good footwork from Riley. Yeah, just kind of hits the top of his fingers and rolls backwards. I mean, Bryant hits the piss out of the ball. So, I mean, you'll have those every game. It is what it is. That's why you get breaks if you run. So I talked earlier about double faulting a couple of times. Here, once again, I mean, I see Bryant's just receiving far away, and I kind of go for like a tap-on drop-ish mix, and I just miss. I didn't intend for this to be a drop. I mean, it's close, so I don't hate the swing. About with people that jam in step jam. Riley identifies that that's the swing and watch his right foot here. Just takes that little step back. That'll help you on a lot of jams. Just taking that tiny little step back with either your left or right foot, it just gives one hip more time to allow you to cushion the ball and get it to your partner. So here, Riley doesn't do quite as good of a job at doing what I just mentioned. You'll see he doesn't take the drop step as far. He's a little more upright. Ideally, you'd cushion the ball a little bit more, and direct it a little bit upwards. Instead, it comes off his hand hard. It's a quick one. And I set with my left hand. I give Riley a good set here, and he just finds the push here. And Bryant's a little late, you can see, so it just becomes a one-on-one with Taylor. Bryant, yeah, I mean, at this point, Bryant's not doing much defensively, and part of that is that the receive was so quick that it's really difficult to get around here. But this set with my left hand, this is why you practice lefty sets, is so that in critical moments in games, you're able to make difficult plays that you wouldn't be able to do with your right hand setting the ball. Here, if I try to reach across my body and set with my right hand, it's much more awkward footwork. I'm much more likely to put Riley off net. Because I practiced my left hand setting, I'm able to give Riley just over net, puts the ball away.
Come on!
Really good serve from Riley. Great mix. He's been throwing some cuts, throwing in some reverses. So he steps left, which opens up a lot of lane for righty cut. And also it helps your body feel more balanced when you swing your left. So then you can see he shows righty cut, gets Taylor to shift, immediately comes back, hits the left. Good lane, good speed, it's low. Great serve from Riley. So here I actually didn't expect them to play. Ideally, when you're setting here, you get behind the ball and you kind of square up to the net. Like I talked about, here Taylor is reaching across his body and he's not looking at the net. So it becomes more difficult. If I were him, I probably would have elected to just not play this point. And you can see the set is actually pretty good. I see that it's to the left side of the net, so it becomes a one-on-one with me and Bryant. I read he's hit and flick, and I just try to get my body up. And as soon as I see it, I try to lean back and get it over towards Riley. Ends up hitting him. It's a rebound. So this is the opposite of the look he just showed against Taylor, where it's the same look but a different swing. So he steps left, and now he's trying to swing the cut. So it's a good idea. Way to mix. And that's the same look. So this is just another example of mixing. At this point, I hit a nice reverse, I hit some cuts, I hit some drops, and I've gotten Taylor to come up to the serve line and receive from closer. So I go, why not just hit a jam as hard as I can. Hit a good one along his left shoulder. You can see his receive is kind of awkward, hits the bottom of his palm. He launches it at Bryant, who does a quick lefty set. It's very similar to the play Riley and I just had. Set puts him off net, and because the jam had him jumping, he's just late to get back to the net. I stay off net here because I know exactly where the ball is, and I know he has to hit at me. I get an easy touch to Riley. Riley gives me a great set over the middle, and I mean, there's nobody over there. Don't do anything too fancy when you have the entire field to hit the ball. Just get it.
Crazy.
I go for the tap on and completely missed it. That's a soul crusher. really good receive from Riley.
You got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. You're short, you are short.
I forgot about that touch from Brian.
You got it, you got it.
Let's talk about the receive first. Taylor kind of hits a low cut. Riley does a great job stepping back into it. And, I mean, this is the receive you should be going for. This height puts the ball in between where I originally started and the net. Ball's out in front of me. Really easy set for me. You can see Riley's kind of timing his approach back to the net right when I'm about to set. And by the time the ball approaches, he's opposite me and has hitting options. So I put him a little off net here on his right hand. So he could hit pull here, but Bryant does a really good job making that awkward. So Riley rightly goes push, and Bryant just has a ridiculous touch.
You got it, you got it, you got it.
And unfortunately,
You're short, you are short. Holy fuck.
That would have been the most.
But yeah, Riley, you can hear him talking, telling me to go short. Never give up on a play, whether you're on offense or defense. The ball will get back to the net sometimes. Taylor very much could have put that ball in the net, and it would have been mine. I would have gotten it short. And if you fall asleep there and you lose a point, you can lose games that way.
Oh. 14.
Really good touch from Riley. So here, we know the receive is in system, so we're as close as possible. Riley's all over his push. I'm kind of on his pull. As soon as I read that the set is over towards Taylor's left, I am hopping around behind his hips as much as I can without hindering him. Riley's taking up so much net here. I'm getting around. So we're in great spots. This pops up of Riley's thigh. Gives me a great set. And I'm just putting this ball in the net and before they can get up and play defense. And Brian does a good job getting over there and touching it. But that's just all defense for Riley. And that's why you tap the ball on. You can get touches if you play good defense. It's a great mix from Riley from the service line. We're all mixing a little bit. Riley swings a jam here for the first time. Great receive from Bryant. Gets back to the net. And we're in really good spots defensively here. I think, yeah, I mean, we're in really good spots. Both of us could be leaning back a bit more, and that's why you see the ball kind of come up off of Riley's knee, maybe, and just go down. But we're in perfect space. It's a decent receive from Riley. As I was talking about, there are two elements to a serve receive. What I was talking about was you want to put your partner in between where they started and the net. So Riley puts me a little outside. I have to backpedal a bit, but not terrible. It's pretty good locationally, and it's a little high, but otherwise really, really good receive. I set him. It's off net, too strong hand. Taylor isn't doing much defensively here, so it really just hits the push. Yeah, I mean, if you're Taylor, you want to be closer, or you want to be reading the set and reacting faster. I've noticed just in this game, it's a lot of Bryant playing one-on-one defense close to the net. There you go, trying to mix. Yeah, I probably double faulted a bit too much this game. I would have liked to see myself tap on or get some other version of pressure. So really good serve from Taylor here. This goes back to the receiving people who jam the ball. You can see, look how far back I step with my right foot. Just to get my body low and allow my hands to get out in front of me and push the ball up. Because often on a jam, the ball will hit the bottom of your hand. You saw Taylor do it earlier, and it'll either rocket at your partner or go straight into the ground. So getting low helps you direct the ball up, which I do. Could go up a little more. Riley does a good job reacting quickly. Gives me a great set. It's a little far. I think it's a little low and far net, but pretty good given my receive. And I just hit like a diving kill here. And that's game. So overall, pretty good game from Riley and I. I mean, pretty clean. I would have liked to see more serve pressure out of both of us. I mean, specifically me, I think I could have put maybe not even serve pressure, but more serves just on the net. I think one thing we noticed was that Taylor was often a little far from the net defensively, and I noticed I was doing that a bit too. But overall, this game was a pretty good indication of just clean play, round net. You get aces sometimes, you get ace sometimes, but you put the ball in the net, you play defense, you cleanly kill the ball, you cleanly set, and you're gonna win games.